for these two teams getting that treat, and the treat for us is that they're playing again twice in 3 years, right? What do you see from that matchup?
Well, I think there were a lot of people who were like pushing back against, oh, it's Eagles Chiefs again. I'm not
Right.
watching. It's like, do you remember the game 2 years ago? Super Bowl 57 was one of the best ones that we've had in my lifetime. Certainly in my time coming to the Super Bowls here. I think it's so fascinating to watch Patrick Mahomes, who's quite possibly the greatest player we've ever seen, and the way that he elevates everybody around him. And in the biggest moments, your best players have to play their best. Nobody does that better than Mahomes. On the Eagles side, you can certainly make an objective argument that on paper they should win this game because the way Howie Roseman has invested in the offensive and defensive lines and built that over the course of time. Saquon Barkley having an MVP caliber season, but running all over people. They can throw the ball. They've got weapons in every capacity. The Chiefs have Mahomes. They're really well coached with Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo and those guys. They do have talent. They got guys like Chris Jones. I just think it's fun. You get a lot of star power in this game.
The OC, Kellen Moore, right? Can you just talk about how he's been able to elevate that offense in this year, especially with the addition of Saquon too?
Kellen Moore is very, very smart. He's very creative. He's got a lot of really good ideas with offense. And I think that what's been really valuable for Kellen this year is going to an Eagles team that, Kellen's reputation was always, he wants to throw the ball 100 times a game. He's a former quarterback. Well, now he's on the #1 rushing team in the NFL. So he's seen different perspectives from Dallas and then to his season with the Chargers and then out to Philadelphia. He's been informed of different styles of offense, different play styles, different cultures as well. I think all of that has been really good for him. It's hard to argue with the results here. Yeah, sometimes people can say, well, they're not throwing the ball enough, and AJ's reading a book on the sideline, and Jalen Hurts isn't throwing for putting up the numbers everybody else is. It's like, well, you play to your strengths, and they got the best running back going here. They've got a pretty balanced offense, which has served them well so far in the postseason.
What would it take for the Eagles to maybe get their lick back, that revenge, and what this looks like?
I think that it's got to start with Saquon. It's got to start with you need to be the team you've been all season, which is establish the line of scrimmage. Don't let the Chiefs run on you, and we know that Andy likes to throw the ball, but don't let the Chiefs run on you, and then dominate up front. That Chiefs defensive front is no joke. They put a lot of resources, a lot of high draft picks, a lot of money with Chris Jones up front there. So being able to continue to be the team you've been all season, which is use the run to set up everything else. And then it's going to come down to Jalen Hurts making a certain number of plays, whether that's running the football, throwing the football, a handful of above-the-line type of plays where, hey, 3rd and 8, and we got to have it. And he's got to be the one targeting whatever it is, A.J. Brown on Trent McDuffie. And you got to win that matchup. That's what legacies are built off of. That's what championship caliber quarterbacks do. Jalen Hurts is really, really good. Patrick Mahomes is a Hall of Famer. You can claim your first stake toward I'm a Hall of Famer, I'm a legend, by winning this game.
We talked Jalen, we talked Saquon, of course, we talked A.J. Brown, but Devontae Smith, this is him playing in his home state, if you will. What can you talk about him as well and just what he brings to the offense?
Well, Devontae Smith tends to be the overlooked guy because when you talk about the team, it's okay, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, and then, Devontae Smith, who on half the teams in the league, maybe more, would be the #1 wide receiver. He brings that speed element. They've not really been a pure vertical passing type of team this year that's just going to throw the ball over the top of people because they don't have to be. They can run the ball and play ball control, but he does bring a different type of a dimension here. And if you're thinking about how you're scheming against him, if you're Steve Spagnuolo, you're probably devoting a lot of your resources toward we're going to stop the run. Well, you would think just in a numbers game, that means you're going to have those opportunities for the fastest guy on your team to get open and do some damage in the secondary. Really cool for for Devontae Smith to get that opportunity to come back here to New Orleans. It'll be fun to watch.